Hello, everybody. You are looking live at Lee Pitts Live. I'm here in the famed Dunbar community in Clemente Park, one of the most respected parks in all of Southwest Florida. There's a lot of history in this park, and on the corner of this park, history has been made as well on the corner of Martin Luther King and Henderson Avenue. I'll be getting to that later on with my main guest, Willie Battle, who this street has been named after, Willie Battle Way. In the meantime, I got a chance to talk to a future street naming individual. He doesn't see the future, but there'll be a street in this area named after him as well. So I'm delighted to be here under the trees. This is a part of the Lee Pitts Live Under the Tree series that you guys see me go around in the community and get under the trees. Many people think that I was born and raised in Dunbar, and I was not. But I spent my adult life in Southwest Florida, and particularly in Fort Myers, and trying to help out wherever I can. And there's always a Dunbar community in every city. I came from a Dunbar community, born and raised in Birmingham, Alabama. Collegeville, you guys have heard about it. It's the Collegeville housing projects. It's not too much different from any other inner city urban area where we're all trying to make a better life for ourselves, trying to control our community, and trying to move on to bigger and better things. In this community, this young man, I want to give him his flowers now, is Martin Byrd, an amazing cat. I saw him when he was a teenager in high school, and I knew then he would be something in life, but I had no idea he would make such a serious contribution to the community. And I'm looking forward to the day when we name a street in this area after Martin Byrd. Martin has gone on now to become a famed head coach and assistant coach in football and track. And certainly he's been steering the Dunbar Festival Committee for at least, has it been 5 years yet, Martin?
Yes, it's been 5 years.
Martin, get that mic up to that.
Yes, it has been 5 years.
Martin, well, let me cover a couple of quick things. First of all, you know that this street right here has been renamed honorary Willie Battle Way. I'm sure you've met Mr. Battle in your life journey. What has been your overall impression of the developer who built most of these homes, and just as a staple in the Dunbar community?
Trailblazer. Like you said, a lot of times we talk about people, especially in our communities, are in certain specific industries. Mr. Battle was a business person as well as a civil rights activist.
That's right.
To uplift those two things are very important coming together. We often don't talk about that or hear about people who are making their way as an entrepreneur that's impacted our community by building homes throughout the community. When they say Battle Homes, they call it that for a reason.
Yeah, it's amazing, huh? So as a youngster growing up, you had heard about Battle Homes. When did you know what that meant at the time?
I did not. Obviously, you grow up with people say, "Oh, I live in Battle Homes," and I'm not too far down the street. Everybody got their own little community. But I was listening to my grandmother talk one day, and she was like, "Oh," and my mom was like, "That's because he built homes, and he built this house, and he built that house." So it's definitely a legacy.
Mm-hmm. You value. I think you've been involved with the Black History Society, Black History Museum. Mm-hmm. Our history here is very important, that we maintain it and that we tell the stories, correct?
100%. To my previous point, the fact that we've had really successful entrepreneurs in this community for so long, it gets kind of washed away. Mm-hmm. And sometimes it's because of personality, that's because of people just don't know. So to lift up the people that have been doing things so that people my age and people who are younger than me to know, yeah, somebody did this, and they're from Fort Myers. Mm-hmm. And they may be even doing it in another city, but they're still making history because they're from this city.
People are noticing that shirt that you're wearing. It's not Alpha Phi Alpha. He is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. I don't know if I've had you on the show as an alpha, talking alpha talk. That's another conversation. But you're a proud member of Alpha Phi Alpha. But that shirt there is representing what?
All right, so this shirt represents the best high school in Lee County, Bishop Verot High School. They ain't just paid me to say it. I teach and coach at Bishop Verot. I'm actually, Mr. Middlebrooks will respect this, a math teacher at Bishop Verot. I'm assistant football coach and the head track coach at Verot.
Let me ask you a question. If two parallel lines are cut by a transversal in a plane, The alternate interior angles are what?
I teach algebra. That's geometry.
They
And
are
it's
the same.
Saturday.
I always ask Mr. Middlebrooks that, okay? I was a little decent math guy myself. Let's go to the Clemente Park. There's a lot of things that are going to be happening here in the future, but Clemente Park has been a very integral part of the community coming together for various events in the past 5 or 6 years since the remodeling, I would say.
100%. To have a park right in the middle of our community is essential. It's right here on MLK, which means it's open to the entire community as a main thoroughway. But it's large enough. The parking lot could be bigger, but it's large enough. There's some event space. We have our beautiful Black History Museum. So to have this and to know the future plans for Clemente Park is exciting.
And they always having events here for the children during the holiday season and throughout. I love that about it. Bishop Barrow, let's get back to that. I left it a little too early. You are intricately involved as a math teacher, but you also on the athletic field. Talk about that and your new position.
Yeah, so I'm an assistant football coach. This is our second year in the program. We had a pretty decent year last year. Made it to the Final Four. Close loss, but we're gearing up for another great season. Most of our players are returning. We lost about 5 kids from a team that made it to the Final Four. And we're just carrying that energy now into the track season. We just won our district title, and we're looking forward to competing for a regional title in a couple weeks.
I understand you're going to be the head track coach.
I am currently the head track coach.
The head track coach, or head ball coach.
So,
a young guy like you.
Yeah, it's been an exciting year. We've had great success to watch our young and our old athletes grow. Personal records are a big
Willie,
thing.
y'all park and come on over here, man. I'm ready. Park and come over here. Where is he going? Hey, Willie, park and come right over here. I'm ready. Okay, you and Willie. Live TV, baby. In sports, how does one, like, say people listening right now, and they say, Bishop Barrow, I want to go to school there and play football. They have to be in that zone and all of that kind of stuff. How does that happen? How does that work?
All right. No. So it's a private school.
Okay.
So you just have to apply. We have open admissions, rolling admissions if you're already in high school. And we're a growing body. The population has increased dramatically since the last couple of years since we've been there. Diversifying with great teachers. The state provides vouchers if finances is a problem because it is a private school. But the biggest thing is people didn't know, and I wouldn't have known if I never would have been a teacher at Varro. All you have to do is apply.
Yeah.
Take a tour of the school. Great environment. We've built a great culture throughout the school and especially in athletics.
And you got a couple of scholarships or something that people have to get, or it's paid for by the public school?
Yeah. So the state of Florida does provide Step Up for Students. It is a public scholarship that is funded through the state of Florida. There's also private scholarships out there as well. So the price, and we're probably one of the cheaper private schools in the area as well. So the price should not be a hindrance.
The Dunbar Festival Committee. Your meat and potatoes, your lifeblood. You eat, sleep, and breathe it, man.
Someday.
Man, you have been amazing. The Dunbar Festival Committee under your leadership has just been amazing. And I notice every time I see is more people joining on, they're volunteering, they're giving back to the community, their time, their treasure. And you got to really be thrilled about that.
No, I mean, people want to be part of something that's moving and growing. So when we have a really successful event and people are like, I want to join. That means they want to be a part of and say, hey, I'm on. Yeah, Easter, MLK, Juneteenth, whatever we're doing, they want to say, yo, I'm a part of that committee. Because it means they're growing. And the conversation, and it hasn't always been positive about our organization. So that's probably the best thing I'm happy about.
But I know you loving to hear that everybody said that this past Easter parade was the best one, including the pageant that took place before then. Sum up what we recently experienced and the feedback you've been getting.
We just had a great Easter weekend. We brought back our annual coronation. We were able to honor some great young students that are movers and shakers. I don't like to say future leaders because I feel like they were leading already. It was a great turnout. I want to thank Pastor Anderson for hosting us at Followers of Christ. We have a nice king and queen.
The man is here, Willie Battle.
The legends are walking up. I better hurry up.
No, go ahead. Stay right there, Willie. Bring you over in a second. We talking about you. We talking about you right now. So you need to know that.
Definitely.
Go ahead.
So great coordination, and then what they're still, like I had to get off Facebook, people are still talking about the bands and how big the parade was and just how nice it was. And everybody, for most people, they're like, this is awesome. And I'm like, next year's the 80th. Now I got pressure.
Right.
But I'm really excited for the community.
Because I came to the Easter parade. I come to the Easter parade all the time. And about 2 or 3 years ago, I came and it was like, that's it? All the floats that come by, I was like, I don't know, about 5 or 6 floats. Like, I couldn't believe it. But now I hear it's back up to full throttle.
2.5 hours later,
yeah,
you there.
Right.
It was a real parade. It was a real parade, and it was filled with great people.
What's coming up next for the Easter, Dunbar Easter?
The
Dunbar
Festival Committee.
Yeah,
definitely. So we're charging forward with Juneteenth celebration. Instead of just us doing it, we want to do more collaborations and partnerships. So Black History has done the event in the past. The African Coalition Organization is partnering with us. We have about 3 or 4 more people.
Cobina.
Yes,
yeah.
Thank you, Cobina.
They've been doing a little small a version of something, so now y'all can partner together.
100%. The Caribbean Association group, we're working with them to get them apart. We want to bring the entire diaspora together on this day. That's about freedom. So we're really excited. We have some other stuff going on. So we're about to finalize the planning, but we're really excited about what this year looks like.
People who want to connect, get involved, what should they do?
All right, so Dunbar Festival has a Facebook. Dunbar Festival also has an email address, Dunbar Festival Committee, at gmail.com. You can reach us there. You can reach us on social media. If you're like most people, you just call me or hit me up on Facebook. That's fine too. I am a direct source. I'm used to it.
Martin Byrd, now you see why this guy was selected in 2020 as a Lee Pitts Live Person of the Year.
Thank you very much. I'm still appreciative. That trophy, the plaque sits in my living room. I see it every day.
Hey, man, I like people like you to have my name associated with their name. How about that?
Couldn't do it without you.
Keep up the good work. Shout out to who? So who we shouting out?
The great Willie Battle.
Willie Battle Away, people. Right now, it's up and it's running. You're riding down Willie Battle Away when you come down the old Henderson Avenue. I'll be talking to Willie Battle, longtime civil rights activist and developer. Willie Green, longtime civil rights activist and sod man, good friend of mine. I get to talk to these legendary icons when we come back. Shout out. So remember, Miami may have the oranges, but the city of Fort Myers has got the
juice.
We'll be right back.